Watashi wa Kamiya-sama. 久しぶりですみんな. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this type of special anime, but also I wanted to talk about my childhood for anime. See, in the spiritual law of attraction and the personal development world, they disclude television because it's bad for you, the way that it programs you and it doesn't really teach you anything. But I do remember on PBS they had on I don't know if you're in America. I don't know if they have it in other country, but they have authored in DW. Remember that? Um, PB what was it they called? Reading Rainbow, Cyberspace. Cyberspace is one of my favorite. Uh, Mr. Roger. I love Mr. Roger. They would have Big Bird, Barney, of course, right? And then I remember Saturday morning, I would get up, I would watch. It was like either when I was like 5 or 6, I would watch Godzilla because they have Jackie Chan Adventure. Yo, Jackie Chan Adventure is awesome, man. They had a talisman. Yo, that talisman can like give you power, man. Back in the day. Okay, so and then I remember they had uh Pokemon. Pokemon came on the screen, right? I remember Pokemon. There was like a weird tentacle thing, like going to buildings or something, and that's where I got hooked. And then also, I don't know where I remember Digimon, but Digimon. People think that Digimon copied Pokemon, but it's very different. Digimon, like Agumon or damn, I forgot so many. What's it? Man, it happens. All right, so Digimon would like Digi evolution or whatever, and then they can turn back, while Pokemon can't turn back to its original form. And but now they have Mega Evolution for Pokemon, right? Like I remember those days. But this main, there's a reason why I want to talk about this is this concept and what the anime toward the end, what is speaking the truth about society, uh, that how it relates to our world and how it relates to our society today, day and age, because I think it's pretty useful. Um, so this main character was born into a family of Myoji known for their mastery of the occult. Unfortunately, didn't inherit their magical abilities. Myoji, known as shamanism, is a style of Eastern magic that combines concept and aspect of Taoism, Buddhism, and Shintoism. Now, toward the end, there was this girl got like channel or possessed or something, and uh, she said that the rule of what forbidden are only things that have been decided by men. Now, if you look up the word forbidden, it's not allowed. Now, when in the Bible, it talk about Adam and Eve when they were the serpent or quote unquote evil, deceive Eve to eat the forbidden fruit, for what, good or bad or something, for knowledge of good or bad or something. I don't know. I look at up a little bit. Now, most people think that you should live in bliss all the time. You should live in paradise. So this is what happened when the Bible people, the Christian people, all these people are trying to live that life. They're waiting for this perfect moment instead of making it perfect. Well, nothing's perfect. Instead of creating, that's the point. That's the point. So forbidden in my mind is you're not allowed to go in that direction, or it's like the word can't, right? You can't do this, right? And when you put a limitation, so everything that was created in society was by man, whether it's man-made law or these things. And when people say you can't or that's forbidden or taboo, that mean, see, the thing that the way I see a way where when people say it's forbidden is that what if you do the forbidden thing? What would happen? You would think that you get crucified, right? You would get ostracized or something terrible. Now, the way out is the way of the forbidden. Because when you're doing something that is not normal, out of, because society, right? Society uh, are programmed to reject idea that seems too good to be true or too good to be even possible. So they said, don't touch it, right? Those things, don't touch it, or it could get you killed, right? So in this world, so it's funny, right? How in this world we lose that sense of magic, if you will, right? When we look at the world, right, and you said there's no magic, the whole time though, how there couldn't be no magic if the universe has this enormous uh, potential energy, right, and that we couldn't even see with our naked eye. So something is wrong and missing with our world. Um, but forbidden things are the things that you should do, in my opinion. Uh, I remember I wrote down. I once listened to a business talk on YouTube, and Richard Branson said, in his opinion, that rules are meant to be broken. He didn't say break the laws. So many of us are afraid to try and fail. So the thing that society or teachers or whatever people say you shouldn't do that, you should follow the safe path, the security path. There is none. There's only people think that when you're pushed into this world, when you go to school, you're being led to a successful life. But what is a successful life if you don't like what you do or you hate it or you get pushed into this world and you believe that is how you should do it. There's methodology that you should create a life that doesn't cause you trouble, that doesn't bash against the wall, like Steve Jobs said, and that you live a mediocre life. And I think that success is paving the way your own path, making your own story, making your own. I think that the way that society program you in a way that um, uh, doesn't harness your potential, it actually lacks. If you see the way that it doesn't unleash your brain to learn, it doesn't unleash the capability that you could have had when you go into the direction. And so we are programmed into this world believing success is a form of intelligence if we follow the uh, path that's already made for us. But what if we take a trail that we hadn't taken before, but it's forbidden? You know why it's forbidden? Because it's dangerous. Forbidden is dangerous. If you go down that path, it's dangerous. It could kill you. It could destroy you. Now, would you want to see? The thing is, would you want to go down the path if it's dangerous, that there's no security, or you think maybe if you go down this path, there is security more than the safe path, because the safe path meaning that you have to give up your happiness, right? You're selling your soul. Or if you go in the forbidden path, you find out something that you didn't know before. And what was that? Something that opened your eyes. That most adults, most society lose that sense of childlike nature, magic. They've forgotten how to believe in magic, right? Right? Because a child world is all with magic. It's all magic, and because when you go down to I consider all the journey that you ever will go on your own path on, and you follow the beat of your own heart. That's forbidden because you're listening to something that uh, is calling, right? When you follow that, um, and you find as you go on this path, you find that, huh? how come if I go on this path, something amazing happen? I mean, even though sometimes you get failures and uh, no great thing ever come, but if you follow the uh, what people have told you to be successful, there's no magic in it because you're not taking any risk. I mean, when you go to school, you're not taking any risk. When you're graduating, you're not taking risks. But when you take the risk of your heart, when you follow that, what end up happening? You find out something that you didn't see before, and then you pave that. You should do what is forbidden because it was only created by man. The Bible was created. I think that there's delusion in the Bible because the quote unquote, they say that the Bible used to be really powerful, but they diluted into dumbing it down so nobody knows, right? And forbidden, whew, that's dangerous. You should do it. Forbidden. Um, like going after your dream instead of doing what everybody else is doing is forbidden because it can't. People think it cannot be done, but it can be. And when you follow this path, it's shown the way to you, even though it's scary. Because forbidden meaning that you're utilizing natural law or your um, what they call it, your belief in yourself, or you're following a path uh, that you never saw before. Uh, and also, forbidden is also meaning new experiences, new eye openers, new knowledge. Because knowledge that people say you shouldn't learn this, I mean, well, like the things that people say you shouldn't. Let's say if it's forbidden, right? Let's say a book that's so powerful that you shouldn't read it. You should read it to find out because nobody can do it, so you should be the first one to do it. And then you will have all the power you ever want. Sound evil, right? That's where that's where people should live their life in a childlike imagination. I don't think inherently television is bad. I mean, it program you and influence you in a way that's bad, but people think it is. But it depends on how you see it. Whether because I think that in the anime world, it creates a sense of imagination. In my world, anyway. I don't know about other anime people who are into anime, but I would like to see, like, for instance, for in the Pokemon world, I always want a simulation, right? Or like a um, where you can just go into like this world where you there's a machine, right? And you press the machine, and this world of Pokemon go. You can go into this world and become a Pokemon master or train Pokemon or whatever you want it to be. I think that's amazing. So you should follow the path, or because when you follow the path of your heart, that's forbidden. So you should follow it, right? Now most people say that's dangerous. Oh, at the end of your life, not living your dreams or following your heart is dangerous because you will hate your life. That's the dangerous part because a lot of people live in the school might not guarantee you success, but you have to um, do what's in you because it's forbidden. There's people want to live in paradise, but people don't want to do the things to get to the paradise because you got to put a lot of effort and work in it. So that's my thought today. Do the things uh, that are forbidden because because when you do the things that you is not allowed or can't, it will free you. When you because it free Adam and Eve, right? It free you to know because what's the alternative? That you live a life that you didn't make, a life that you didn't choose, that's dangerous. Choose the forbidden path. I'll see you guys next time.